Hello, congratulations for your speeches. I come from Chania, Antonis Tsetanis, and we have a statue called Kaliales. The artist is called Markandonakis, and he was born. He died a few months ago in Chania. We implemented in 2018 the program when statues speak, and since then there is a great philosophical discussion in Chania in regards if this is good or bad. I still have concerns if I did the right or wrong thing. The statues talk. This was funded by the municipality of Chania. So by asking Mr. Markadonakis, before he died, I interviewed him. So I asked him, what do you think about this program, Statue Stock? And the artist answered to me, this is not good, because if the artist will not be successful and try and invoke the imagination of the persons watching it, then why should you feed them your ideas? So this square was just a square with statues, and nobody knew what they were all about. I have a lot of parents saying to me, well done, Adonis, because now our children learned a lot of things about those statues and those heroes. Personally, I haven't really decided if we did the good thing or bad thing. I'm not sure yet. And of course, there are a lot of other issues and the concerns. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for doing that in 2018. This was innovative. You were very innovative. I can listen both the artists and the parents. On the one, the artist wants to showcase their own work and how well he did it, and this is of course very reasonable concern, and this is why we should respect also the older artists, iconographers, and the work that we'll do. This should be scientific documented. The statues shouldn't talk by saying just what they want, but to have a purpose. But I also understand the parents when they say that until now I was just watching 5 bronze statues, because a very young child cannot interact with an artifact and with a work of art. The fact that you did an interactive application, and now out of 200 kids, 150 maybe have interacted with that content and know more about the revolution. I believe that this is extraordinary. I believe that new generations need that interaction, because they do not find interest with the religious and cultural content. Congratulations again for having done that in 2018. Well done. Father Theodoros, congratulations. We see at your face the openness of the church. This digital content that you have created in e-catechesis, is there in such a platform as Moodle? And you have also talked about the repository. Is there any tool that manages all this digital content? Thank you very much for your question. As we have mentioned, and the dangers that exist is that the catechesis material has got a parish character. It is created for that parish. That can be used first of all on the level of our metropolis. There are platforms, but I believe that we should have a platform in catechesis, but let's say, for example, that I have kids of the 2nd grade. I want to organize a project for the 10 Commandments. That would be very helpful, a common repository. We have a repository, but it is rather limited on a level of our parish. My point of view is that we should come up with an scientific committee and, of course, the elder Ephraim, that we should include that in the conclusions of this conference, the fact that it is necessary to establish a digital repository and an intervention. As a theologian, I cannot stop. I just want to say that the icon has got another character. The icon is not a person that you have to converse, but it has an ontological perspective that it is better from the time and space. It might be a little bit dangerous, risky to put virtual reality in all the icons. Silence is equal to 1,000 words in icons. And the educational for the statues, that is wonderful, especially when the content has got educational purpose. This is very good. Instead of having 5 bronze statues, we will have a statue that speaks to our hearts. Thank you very much for your intervention. First of all, I would like to say that this is a very well organized conference, a very interesting conference. I wanted to say the following. We are talking now about technology. And technology has reached really high levels. My feeling is that it is uncontrollable right now. No one seeks to control it, to stop it. Well done, you are a scientist, a very smart person. Well done, congratulations. But is it always right to take the money and realize it, since no one has checked its utilization, the consequences, the moral consequences? We have the United Nations, and they focus on hunger and wars. There is no regulatory authority when it comes to technology and its limitations. Do you know if there is any authority that has assumed that role, some initiative to check, to pose boundaries? I want to mention an example. I agree with you that we should set limits and boundaries. I completely agree with you. Now, when it comes to the use of ChatGPT, which is the most famous tool of AI, which is used very much in the private sector because it can accelerate your work. But when it will accelerate your work very much, it means that it reduces jobs, because right now we have 10 jobs, but when a person will make the job 2 times faster, then we will need 5 jobs. In Italy, for example, the first 6 months, it was prohibited to be used. However, that gave workers from other countries to be more competitive than Italians, and then the Italians workers themselves said that we lag behind because we want also to use it, because our colleagues from other countries and so the workers asked backwards. So institutional, the solution should be institutional. Of course, I'm not an expert to say it because I don't have the political background, but I do hope that at some time it will come. All of us started at the university and we gave an oath to use our knowledge and some limitations. We should be honorable in professing our profession. However, that cannot be controlled. Technology cannot be controlled. Lawyers, teachers, they do whatever they want. I think that this is out of control. Thank you very much for your comment. We do thank you. Do we have any other question or are we out of time? Do we have any other question? I just wanted to say, to summarize, for those very interesting things that we have heard here today, according to Heidegger, when he speaks about the philosophy of technology, that all that technology makes our life less rich. And this is very important, and especially on what you said, Father, about what icon is all about, and what do we feel in front of the icon, and how different it is, as you said, Mr. Patseas, to have that distance that cannot be remade. So you opened a very big discussion, food for thought. You gave us food for thought for the ontological content of those artifacts. And that discussion will not stop, and we will continue. Thank you all.